Okay guys, part of Restring Saturday. These are mostly good customer guitars that come in. I need to restring them. I need to set them up. And this one is a fusion guitar. And this is pretty crazy guitar. Fusion guitars, important stuff right here. But the most important thing, oh, it's made out of Australia. FusionGuitars.com. You put your iPod in here. So I guess you can play music, play along with music. I don't know exactly how it works. My job is to clean up the fretboard, put new strings on it. Looks like it has a wraparound tailpiece that should be simple enough to get to. The string action's really high, but I see where I can put my truss rod in right here. And it should basically be pretty much just a regular guitar, I think. Got all kinds of outputs here. Let's see what this one does. Nope. Let's see what that one does. Okay. Okay. So luckily I don't have to get in and mess with electronics and stuff, so I think the first thing we have to do is just go ahead and pull these strings off of here. I'm going to get my straight screwdriver, and we're just going to raise this up and see if this raises. There we go. Going to come out of there. I'm going to raise it a little bit more. Okay, come on now. There you go. So yeah, so it's recessed, so you could lower these a lot. So we've got that. It's got that going for it. Okay, so I'm going to work on these fret ends a little bit because these are about a 2 out of a 10. They're pretty bad. So with my StewMac fret filing tool, you have a flat edge on the top. It's rounded on the bottom. So I use the rounded edge to go along here, and I am a lefty, so I use my left hand to do this, and I just give it a couple of swipes. And it doesn't take much, and hopefully I'm not damaging. There's no binding on this, so I think I can just cruise right along here. No masking tape, nothing like that. Okay, careful that when you get up in here, don't scratch the guitar. Okay, and then I changed to righty for this one direction. Alright, my phone rang, but I went ahead and finished those. I just did the bottom side of the neck. It's not that important to get the top, so I just went ahead and did the bottom half of the neck. Now, here's just some 1000 grit sandpaper. I folded over a couple of times, and you can see I just hit these frets like this, a little 1000 grit. Gets the dirt off of there, polishes them up a little bit. Just takes, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then you can tell your customer when he comes to pick it up, and that was him that just called, you can tell them, hey, I polished your frets, right? Not that I charge them for that, but I can tell them that I polished the frets, and they look at that and they're like, wow, awesome. And it's just part of a normal setup. Oops. Gonna move it over here. I almost needed to get a new piece together. Okay, and then once you get down in this direction, use the smaller fingerboard guard, fretboard guard. Okay, there we go. So that kind of shines them up. Now I'm going to, again, like I always do, F1 oil, Music Nomad F1 oil. Spread a little bit of this on here. Then take an old shop rag. Okay, nice, right? Take a look at this fretboard. So nice and clean, quick and easy. Okay, I've got my 10mm open end wrench. And we're just, since we're in here, we're going to snug these tuners down. So this guitar, seeing that it used an iPad, I'm going to say this is probably 10 years ago, sort of a Kickstarter type of brand or something, when iPads were big news, right? Everybody had their iPad. This is something that was probably pretty popular at the NAMM show about 10 years ago. Yeah, this is actually plastic. So I'm actually kind of going over it with a little bit of Windex on a rag. But you can, I think the neck is a wooden neck. So yeah, it's a plastic body, wooden neck kind of thing. Has 3 output jacks over here on this side, probably stereo, and then a 1/4 inch for like headphones or something. Kind of a big bulky kind of thing, but maybe after I get it all done, I'll sit and strum it up for a minute and see if it is how it sets in your lap. And sometimes that's what's important. If it sets in your lap good, it doesn't really matter the size and the shape of it, right? All right, so today's string choice. Today's string choice on this guy, we've got Ernie Ball, super slinky, made in USA, Coachella, California. The world's most popular and successful guitar string. Big shout out to Joey, my Ernie Ball rep. He sends me a free hat with almost every order that I get. Alright, so this being a wraparound tailpiece, stop bar in one, I loaded the strings through the front. And now I'm going to just go ahead and stick it back right back on these posts. And And I think sometimes you got to make sure that they're both at the same height so that they go on there nicely. There we go. Super easy. And you wrap it around this way. Okay, I'm going to run this back down in there. Long way to go still. Okay, so we got some strings on it now, and I'm just going to look. This is a long scale, and there's a monstrous amount of relief in this neck, so I'm going to tighten the truss rod. I'm going to get that string out of the way in this one. Okay, there, I'm starting to feel it tighten up a little bit. And so sometimes you can kind of slide it up here and just very delicately help it along. So let's give it a little bit. There we go. That sounded good. Let's take a look now. Ah, there's tons of relief in this neck. So going to give it another good turn. There we go. Most likely this guitar has never had a truss rod adjustment. Yeah, I gotta keep going. Okay, well, I've got this thing tuned up. I got the action as good as I can get it. I lowered the pickups a little bit, but this is strange, and I don't know if you can see it because it's black, but there's a gap back here. And there's no way to get to this where you pull this apart that I can see, and I don't really want to get that deep into it. But look at this real quick. Let me see if you guys can see this. If I hold down real tight on the body and kind of move the neck, the pickups and everything move around. So the body is sort of bolted to the neck. The neck has all the pickups and everything mounted in here, and then the body is surrounded by that. So super strange. I'm pretty sure again it was one of those Kickstarter kind of things that they tried about 10 years ago. Don't think it really took off, but it plays, and I did what I could do to it, and let's move on to the next guitar. This video is brought to you by Swiss Picks. It's not just a pick, it's a science. Available at ZIMM'S Guitars or at www.swisspicks.com. Okay, as part of Saturday, Setup Saturday, Restring Saturday, here we go. This is Schecter. A really cool looking neck through Schecter. Made in South Korea. Alligator green. It's a C1 Platinum. She's got the EMGs in there. This guitar was purchased, we bought this a few days ago. So this one is for sale. Gonna just get these old strings off of here. The C1 Platinum. Nice looking Grover tuners on here. Just snip these babies off. String through the body. Oh, we've got a little chip right there. That's too bad. But they're used guitars, and that's what most of my stuff, well, maybe not most, but a lot of the guitars, I have little chips in them and stuff. They're player grade. My job is to shine them up and resell them. Alright, so let's take a look at this. It's got a lot of dirt on it. The fret ends feel really nice though. Let's go ahead and hydrate this neck and get this neck ready to get shined up. I'm going to put that F1 oil on there. Alright, let's let that get in there. Go ahead and hit these ZIMM'S with it. There we go. Let that soak for a while. Cool guitar. I mean, it's neck through. Very thin C-shaped neck. It's got the volute back here. Schecter makes great guitars. And one thing about Schecters is they don't need upgrades. So this is one of those brands that already put EMGs in it and already put Grovers on there. And so Schecters are, if you're into modifying guitars, like you've seen some of my past videos where guys love to modify guitars, guys love to change pickups out and stuff like that. Schecter is that one brand where everything's already done. When you buy yourself a Schecter, everything is already done. You don't need to, oh, I'm going to buy that guitar so I can change the pickups out. No, you don't do that on Schecter. Schecters are already done. Alright, let's gonna spray a little bit of some Gibson, world's finest guitar polish. And this is a satin finish guitar here. Let's see what happens when we just clean it up here. Now, if you guys would love having a job like I have, if you're one of those kind of guys that likes to clean things, because I clean cases, I clean pedals, I clean the guitar amps that come in, I clean everything to make it presentable so that we can resell the guitar and give our customers something very nice. You have to shine and clean these babies up. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, seeing how this is a used guitar, we're going to get in here really good and really close with the camera so we can see what our frets look like. Because if you're interested in buying a used guitar, you want to make sure that there isn't any fret wear on them. And these look pretty darn good. A little, maybe a little tiny bit right there on that first fret. But this guitar had heavy strings on it. And you know how it is. You get these shredder guitars. Guys want to put 11 through 52s on them or heavier, right? I think I'm going to throw, I don't know, maybe I'll put some of those 9.5s on here. But yeah, it's ready for strings. Let's grab some strings. Today's string choice. Okay, today's string choice. SIT Power Wound Nickel 10 through 46. SIT Stay in Tune Strings. Akron, Ohio. That's the home of, what is it? Stu Mac, I think, is in Akron, Ohio. Pretty sure about that. SIT, I wonder if they're affiliated somehow. Maybe it's the same guy. Don't start rumors. Okay, here we go. So we got 3 packs here. And this one has the 6 string and the third string. Stay in tune strings. On through there. Come on now, baby. There she goes. Little too much string on the post. 1, 2, I got 3 full wraps. Maybe a little bit too much string on the post. Because the, you know, you don't want to put too much string lines around here because that'll all stretch too. And so it might affect your tuning a little bit if you put too much string up here around the post. Alright, C1 Platinum quality guitar. Let's take a peek in there at our truss rod. Okay. There it tightened up a little bit. There it loosened back up. So our truss rod is working perfectly. I'm just going to leave that in there for now till I get all the strings on it. And then we'll look at it and maybe make some adjustments to it. Alright, and so because SIT actually gives you 8 strings in a package, so they give you an extra E string and an extra B string, I end up with a couple of extra strings laying around. And to check the neck, you want the string tension to be on it. So let's go ahead and tune this to pitch. Alright, now we've got our notched straight edge. Set this on here and then get down here and take a look and see how much relief is in that neck. Oh, there's a ton of it. So we can get our string height to come down a lot just by tightening this truss rod. So let me get rid of these and clip off the ends here. Okay. So make sure that thing gets in there good. Okay, that was a nice little quarter turn right there. And it did some. I'm looking for a gap. And this isn't a feeler gauge, but you can see if I run this underneath here, you know, we've got a little tiny gap under there still. And you should use a feeler gauge to get it exact. But you can also see it. Alright, so one more time, snug this baby down. Okay, let's look and see what it's looking like now. It can go a little bit tighter. One thing that you want to do though is test. That seems good. We're going to get the action to be slammed on this one. Sometimes you got to kind of think about, now why, okay, take it easy here. Why did the guy trade this guitar in? Well, there could be because it had super heavy strings on it, and whoever traded it in was maybe a beginner, and then it needed a truss rod adjustment. So the combination of those 2 or 3 different things, sometimes it makes somebody want to just get rid of something and get the, you know, $100 or whatever that we paid for this thing. I don't know, I was out of town on Sunday. or I was out of the store on Saturday when this one came in. All right, so there it is. Really fun guitar. Thank you guys for watching. Setup Saturdays. Sometimes I do a little bit more of setup work on some guitars than others. Some guitars just don't need that much work done to them. This one plays really good now. It's got a set of 10s on it and EMGs, and again, great guitar. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. Merry Christmas. Go buy a guitar.